Vagina.
Did you say vagina?
Mayhem.
Did
These
he
are
just
not
say
order
vagina?
authorities.
Hello, everyone.
What up? Chick-fil-A.
Woohoo, we are live.
India.
Yes, I did push the button.
Lexington.
Sorry, I didn't tell you guys, but hey.
There you go. Program up.
To do some of those candid moments.
Yes.
8, 9, 10.
Keep everybody on their toes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Late Night Snacks, everybody. We hope you're here and we hope you're hungry because we've got the tea.
That's right.
Yep.
We do. We hope. I'm missing 2 people.
Uh-oh. I'm going to pull up chat.
There's Beard.
Beauty here. Hey, Beauty. Hi, sweetie.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mama's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there from me as well. Hope you guys are able to enjoy your day and have a little bit of fun, maybe relax a little bit.
Yep. I know Kaylee she sent me this picture. She had this freaking crab shack feast.
Nice.
Yum.
I'll pull up the picture. It looks so good. I was like, you suck.
Yeah. Now. It's her Mother's Day. She's allowed.
Yep.
True.
Oh, that's how we are with each other. I can't find. Oh, India. Wait. India, I got. DGB, Hamler, Mariah.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. All right. I got them all.
All right. What do we want to start with?
Is anybody here?
Well, let's start with Celebrity. Just touch on Celebrity. We decided it had been requested that we cover Celebrity.
Thank you, B.
Celebrity RuPaul.
Thank you.
And hence we're doing it kind of in just we're going to speak on it. That's it.
Yeah, we're going to speak on it.
If you had not seen Celebrity RuPaul, which I had not until last night, I knew it was on. I didn't want to interrupt the season that I was watching with that until we were asked to cover it. So
it was weird to me that they decided to air them at the same time.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and watched it last night.
Celebrity edition. That's something you'd want more viewership for, so you do on an off point.
Yeah, that's an off-season thing.
Yeah.
It's a very off-season show. It's a very filler show. You tape a bunch of those episodes and just put it on during off-season, keep people interested.
Still get your ratings. Yeah,
it's weird.
And with this, there's only 4 episodes.
4 episodes.
Yeah. The only reason I think that they put this on here at this time was because of the lack of programming that they may have had on TV.
Yeah.
There's something to fill a time slot, basically. I don't know.
It could be.
But it did seem like, because RuPaul's done several of those little off-season shows before. She's done Drag U and a game show and several things. They've always been off-season. During Drag Race, there's never been another thing going on. There's Drag Race and that's it. So it was weird.
Right.
But basically the concept was that it's one episode, inclusive in itself. It doesn't go on like a story like we're watching. There's 3 contestants who are of a celebrity status. Now, we always love these celebrity reality shows because a lot of these people are kind of DCEF celebrities. They're known for something, not really, Tom Cruise celebrities. They're just kind of TV reality star celebrities. We had a couple big names in the show, but just mostly just they picked 3.
You generally get like supporting actors, comedians. Different entertainers like that.
TV people, yeah. No. So you have the 3 contestants and the 3 RuPaul drag girls who have been selected to be their coaches or their mentors to see them through the episode. And basically, it's a whole season of RuPaul kind of in a condensed little nutshell. And they go through the works. All the little challenges that they do are all representative of the bigger challenges that they do on RuPaul's to kind of see what they're made of. And at the end, one person is crowned a winner for $30,000 for their charity.
Yeah.
And the other 2 got for their charity as well. Nobody
they still donate to their charities. Yeah.
Oh, I know. The other 2 ended up getting 10,000
publicity for them.
It's publicity. That's all it is. It's another Ru marketing.
Well, like you've said a million times, Ru knows her brand, and that's what this is about. Telling
That's
her
what
brand.
it's all about. It's
Yeah.
to keep the interest, to continue the brand, to continue the show, you know, in its 13, 15, 16, 17 season, whatever. What I found the most interesting of it, because again, if you're a fan of Drag Race, you'll like this. It is Drag Race. It's Drag Race, and you know,
It's just condensed.
I think this is more Drag Race than All Stars even is. I mean,
Yeah.
It's so rushed, I think.
well, it's rushed and it's classic. Whereas All Stars, they try and shake things up. They try and change all the rules and shake things up so dramatically so that you keep them on their toes. This is very classic. This is stripped down, basic RuPaul's, so it feels like RuPaul Drag Race the whole time. So I like that. I like that aspect of it. I like that the contestants, we were talking about it in our pre-show, I like that the contestants were all in, and that they were there for their own reasons, and they were there to support the community and to support drag, to find something within themselves. Nobody was hesitant or started. Some people were nervous about certain things, but nobody was standoffish. Nobody was really, you know, like, oh, I'm in this for the wrong reasons or anything. They were all literally jumped in feet for it. They were all in. And so that was fun. That was really refreshing to see, and it felt really good watching that. I liked the the Ru girls that they picked each episode to be their coaches. Most of them are fan favorites. You had Bob in there, you had Monet in there, you had Trinity in there, Trixie, Alyssa Edwards, a lot of fun. You know, Kimchi. I mean, Kimchi's always hilarious whenever she's around. So that's been fun. I like that each episode was different, that it wasn't the same challenges. Each episode was a different representation of the show, which was neat. And I like that it wasn't a thing that was making fun of itself. It was a thing to celebrate what they have. It wasn't making, because you know, usually when you get a lot of these celebrities doing things,
Well, it's kind of like what we were talking about last night, where it's all about right now the confidence. You know, the pulling it off, the doing it. Can you do it? Like, you can be funny, you know, like you said, but now we're kind of being serious, and we're like, can you pull it off? Can you do it? Do you have the confidence?
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing, is the confidence. You don't have it, you can't do this.
Yeah. And the confidence and the will, the want. You know, if you don't want to do this, if they have a bunch of straight guys in there. These straight guys that are in there, you know, wearing heels for the first time, you know, being in front of their fans or their whatever for the first time, if they didn't want to do it, they wouldn't have pulled it off. And the straight guys that were in that position on that first episode did the best. They were amazing.
Yeah.
They were. And because the big challenge in the first episode was the snatch game.
Correct.
So
well, let's talk about each episode, because they represented, like I said, the same skill set of each challenge, but different challenges for that skill set. For example, the first episode we had, there's always a quick drag, then there's another mini challenge, like RuPaul does all the little mini challenges, and then there's a main challenge, which is we've had Snatch Game, the Rusical, and the stand-up comedy. So those are the three episodes they did. All of them were about, you know, improv and about, you know, being quick on the mic, being quick on your feet, you know, showing your personality. But all of them are big challenges, and all three of them were done really, really well. But the first episode we had kid from Riverdale who played, I believe, Jughead. And if I am wrong, these fans are going to kill me. And I even watched Riverdale. They played Jughead. And I have not finished Riverdale, so I don't know, but I thought that they killed Jughead off, and he seemed to still talk about the show very positively when he was on there. So, you know, Riverdale still got a hardcore fan base, so don't come after me. So it was him, and then there was another guy. I don't know who that African-American guy was. He was from a new show that I don't watch. So somebody in the comments, if anybody's out there listening and watching later, they knows who this guy was.
Let us know, because
they said the show. I personally didn't watch his stuff, so I don't know. He's also a stand-up comedian as well. And that's where he gets a lot of his stuff from. He's a stand-up comedian. He does like impersonations and stuff. And then we had an activist, a really, I guess, pretty prominent who's also doing drag currently, and he was this was a dream come true. Like, he was on RuPaul's Drag Race for real, and he was incredible. His platform when he came on, I thought was really powerful because he didn't goat or try and shove something down your
No.
face. He used the opportunity that he had on camera to support the causes that he was trying to talk about in gay activism. So it was great. This being the first episode, it was our first look into how this was all going to play out and how this was going to go. The attitudes of these three guys and the attitudes of the three coaches, gearing them into it, just set the whole show on the right tone. There was so much love, so much energy, so much will, so much enthusiasm, and I was like, okay, I'm in on this. This is cool. The judges were, or not the judges, the celebrity Ru Girl coaches were Bob,
Yep,
the Exchange,
and Trixie
for the first one. Yes. So Bob and Monet, of course, took all the. I was really surprised. Bob and Monet took a lot of the camera time away from Trixie. Trixie's got that love and hate followership right now.
Yeah, I know.
She's extremely popular in the community, and she's extremely hated in the community. From All Stars 3, it still goes down as Trixie stole that All Stars, won it by default, and got a lot of hate for that. And I feel bad for her because she didn't ask to win. Ben quit, and then the girls were allowed to judge and allowed to eliminate. Shangela should have won. Ben should have won All Stars. He eliminated himself. Shangela should have won. She got eliminated by the rules. It's the rules. Take what you get. Trixie, unfortunately, got stuck in that mix of being the winner of that. And I agree with the angry fan base. She did not deserve that win, but she got it. There you go.
Right.
So it's interesting when I see Trixie on TV, especially in relation to Drag Race now, because as far as logo and Worlds of Wonder is concerned, Trixie's still like one of their number one gals, and she's very supported by Worlds of Wonder and logo. But there's always that kind of hesitation when Trixie, like and Trixie's also has a really bad reputation with the other girls, supposedly on tour and outside in the community and with fans. She's not the most pleasant person. So there's that as well. So anyway, so it's interesting to see Trixie. I like her. I think she's hilarious. And then they just snatch game, and then they do a lip sync at the end, and it's like a season of RuPaul.
They also get to walk the runway too.
And oh my God, were amazing walking the runway. Amazing. So this episode, it was the kid from Riverdale that won, and he deserved it. He really put it all in there. He didn't know what he's doing right in the beginning, but once he started getting into the feel of it, he really
he had a blast.
He sure did. And he looked great, and his coach was great. He had Monet was his coach?
Yeah. Monet was his coach, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. So that was the first episode. Second episode gets a little interesting. Second episode was 3 women, which is fine. Women do drag as women, and drag as men, which is drag kings. It used to be a big thing. It's kind of gone by the wayside a little bit in communities. I don't know how the scene is in New York or LA or London or those kind of places, but it's not as big as in in the 90s and stuff when I was out in clubs and stuff in the communities. But drag kings used to have their bigger place, but it's still there. But now they're celebrating women as women doing drag, which is basically that drag persona, taking your femininity, taking the whole costume of it, taking the whole larger than life of it, and presenting yourself that way. It doesn't matter the genitals that you have; it's matter the attitude and the look and the feel, and that's being celebrated now in drag. And there's a lot of controversy around that too, especially in competition. Outside of this celebrity thing, especially in like RuPaul's Drag Race competition, RuPaul has specific rules. She does not allow women to compete in the show. She does not allow completed sexually changed women to compete in the show either, because one of his things is this is a drag competition, whereas men dress as women. Therefore, that's the rule that he set. It's his show; he can say whatever he wants. But there's a lot of hate going back and forth between the trans community and stuff. That he has had trans people on the show, but every time he has had a trans person on the show, they have not fully undergone the surgery, because in our community, once a trans person has undergone the surgery, they are a female or they are a male. They are now female or male, and Ru just has standards on that. He makes no apologies for it. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But what I found interesting was in this episode they brought 3 women on, and the mini challenge they did drag kings.
Yeah.
Okay, well they're going to do drag kings. Rue's sticking to his guns, and he's not going to do the women dressing as drag queens as women. And he's only done it like one other time with celebrities, and that was during one of the makeover challenges with Kelly Osbourne. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. But then the whole rest of the episode was women dressing as women drag queens.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, they did both. And at first I was kind of a little, well, I don't know how I feel about that. But then I was like, well, good on them. It showed both sides of the community, and the girls that were competing took it really well, and they did their best both ways. This we had one of the basketball wives. I hear that show's like huge. I've never watched it.
Yeah, her name was what was her name?
Wasn't that important?
Something.
Yeah, it's one of the basketball wives, and then the other girl, I do not know. The second girl that came in,
Lonnie Love. She's a talk show host, I believe.
Okay, yeah, there's a talk show host. Yeah.
Oh, she's a comedian. She's a comedian.
Yeah,
talk show host.
But yeah, she does talk show now, just like Whoopi does, type of thing.
And then we have Vanessa Williams, who is always amazing and always steals the room. It's just absolutely. Vanessa Williams is like RuPaul to me. Vanessa Williams can walk into a room and she commands the room. You see it on TV, you see it in her movies and everything. She just has that factor about her. She just comes in, it's like all the air gets sucked out of the room. It's Vanessa Williams. It's amazing. And she did that in the show too. She was just absolutely commanding. Their like I said, their mini challenge was Drag Kings. Their main challenge was the Rusical. This was the best RuPaul Rusical in the history of the show, hands down.
Really good. It was really good.
Not only the celebrities, but the Ru girls that were in the episode. Alyssa, Trinity, and Asia. Asia O'Hara. Trinity, and Alyssa Edwards. Their performance in this thing was hilarious. I kept like watching them on the background. The song was great. It was good. It was a 9 to 5 takeoff where they were actually doing Dolly, Jane Fonda, and Lily Tomlin and about their personal careers in its kind of 9 to 5 setting. And they got a message from Dolly Parton, who supported the episode and said, do your best and blah, blah, blah. Vanessa Williams did Dolly Parton. The Basketball Diaries, the Basketball Wife did Jane Fonda. And then What's Her Love did Lily Tomlin. All these 3 women and anything about their careers. The lyrics were great. It was fantastic. It was hilarious. They talked a lot about Jane Fonda's activism and her yoga instructor days, our exercise instructor days, the VHS tapes in the 80s. That was funny. Dolly Parton was great. And then Lily Tomlin, they went all the way back to what was the show that Lily Tomlin did? That Lily Ann or whatever in the big chair.
I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of it.
Was it Sesame Street? No, it wasn't Sesame Street, was it?
No.
Maybe it was Lecture Company. Somebody say Lily Tomlin did an act way back in the 70s. Huh?
Tell us in the comments of the video if you can remember.
I absolutely love in the 70s where it was filmed where she was in this big, huge, giant chair. So she looked like this little miniature little doll in this chair. And she always ended it with, and that's the truth.
That's the truth.
That's so funny. Oh my god! And they did that in the song. It was cute. And they also did Lily Tomlin's real sexual, promiscuity and stuff. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Good lyric, great performance. I mean, just wow, what a performance. I watched it like 2 or 3 times before I finished the episode. That episode we had who won? Vanessa? No.
Vanessa.
Did she win?
Vanessa won.
Yeah.
See, I didn't pay attention to who won. I was just into the episode. And then the third episode, we're back to 3 gentlemen, kind of. Well, three men, but one was, I don't know who the other 2 were. I don't know.
Let's see. We had Matt Eisman.
Yeah, who's that?
Oh, he does a lot of like Ryan Seacrest type of work, like voiceover work, hosting work. But he's also the host of American Ninja Warrior.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did say that. Yes. Okay. So he was on there. Then we had the other one was. Who was the other one? Not Alex.
We had Alex. Alex.
Well, I'll talk about last, but I don't know the third one.
And who was?
I don't know. I didn't know.
Alex was in the third one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We had Alex.
Another guy whoever he was, I had no idea. And then there was Alex Newell. And those of you that are on our channel probably know Alex Newell from Glee, because Alex Newell got his start in Glee when Ryan hired him to play a character, a cross-dressing or trans character.
He hired him from the Glee project.
Huh? What?
He hired him from the Glee project.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
He did
that's
the Glee
right.
project, and that's
several of them got hired from the Glee project. Yeah, Alex was part of the Glee project, which was a reality show that Ryan and them did to find new cast members for the finals of the later seasons of Glee, and that's where Alex got his start. And Alex played Unique, which was a trans character, a high school trans character in Glee, who sang is phenomenal. Alex continued that persona kind of esque of Unique later in his career after Glee. And he was doing gay prides and concerts and performances and stuff. Most recently, though, Alex has done a couple of albums, and he's a phenomenal singer. And most recently, Alex was on Broadway, starring in Once on This Island as Mother Earth, and as played a female Mother Earth in Once on This Island. And if you've not seen the clips of it, it's on YouTube. And you like Glee or you like Alex Newell, whatever, I implore you to go see the video of Mama Will Provide from Alex Newell on there, and you'll just see how phenomenal he was in the show.
Yeah.
I got to see one in New York, and it was amazing. It's a great thing because it was in the round. So the entire audience surrounded the stage, and the stage was like down in the pit. So you were all on stage with them everywhere. And there was interactions with the cast, and you were in the sand, and you were just part of the show, and it was an amazing experience. And Alex was just absolutely tremendous in it. And so the show is on YouTube. The entire show is on YouTube, but also his clips of different nights. His performance of Mama Will Provide on closing night, the last night of the show, the show was interrupted for over several minutes from a standing ovation. They couldn't continue the show because the standing ovation went on so long for Alex. Right after that, it's an amazing performance. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. The fact that he was not nominated for a Tony Award in that was just shameful. Absolutely shameful. Anyway, so Alex was on the episode. They did the regular mini challenge, and they did their main challenge was
stand-up they did comedy. The roast.
Yeah, the roast.
Stand-up comedy roasting.
Yeah.
And they had to roast RuPaul.
And it was in front of a live audience. And the three coaches, who was Kim Chi, which is great to see her. It was amazing to see her. Bob the drag queen was back again on this episode. And Bob then the drag
queen and who's the other one?
What's his face? From one of the most recent seasons. Oh God, what's her name? I'll get it in a second. She's also a comedy queen. That's why she was on there. Dang, I should look this up. Anyway, talking. She just season 10, season 11. She's really funny too. Oh, why is it her? Okay, here we go. Trixie. Or I can tell you who the other three is going to be for the last episode too. It doesn't. I'll get it. It doesn't. I have to look it up. It doesn't matter. But she's on one of the later seasons. She was the comedy queen of that season. She's a little bit older of a queen. She's hilarious. So they did the comedy, and the way they did this roast was that all three of them performed intermittently between the three coaches. So 6 of them got to perform. So it was a full roast, and all 6 of them were great, and all 6 of them didn't hold back, and they were just reading each other, and it was from the comedy that we just saw this week on the regular main stage to the comedy that we saw in Celebrity. It was night and day. I mean, the Celebrity was funny, and everybody was engaged. Everybody knew their audience. The other one was like they're all nervous and kind of fell flat. So
I like it better with the live audience.
Yeah, well, and it goes to show you what career can do, and experience, and confidence, and just being comfortable in the room without the pressure of a competition, involved around it. People can just let loose and really just ride an audience and just let it go. Even though these celebrities are competing for money for the charity, the pressure's still off as far as these people's careers and lives going forward. So everybody was able to find their footing and know the crowd, and it was great. It was really good. And the winner of this episode was I Fell Asleep. Sorry.
Oh my God. Who was
I
it? I think it was. Did Alex win? I think Alex won. I do believe Alex was the one that won.
Well,
I could
Vanjie's
be
gonna be on
wrong.
this episode, I think. Yeah. Vanjie and Aquaria, maybe? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I literally fell asleep, but I don't know who won. I fell asleep like right when they were doing the lip sync. So I don't know. Oh, that's cute. I have no idea.
But yes, we do. We highly recommend you guys watch this because it's very entertaining.
Yeah, and sorry that we don't have the winner of the third one. It just doesn't matter. This wasn't about the winner.
No.
This is about the entertainment. This is just about the togetherness of it. We could put if you want who won each episode in the comments and who the judges were. The one name is slipping me right now. I don't know. Remember, there's been 13 seasons, 4 seasons of All Stars. I'm getting old in the age.
It's a lot of information.
There's a lot of girls to know. But they were great. The judges were great. Everybody was well spirited. Loved it. Highly recommended. If I actually
episode that will be dropping on Friday.
Yes, the final episode on Friday, which probably will just be another episode just like this. No special because it's the last one. Just another episode. If somebody would ask me, would you rather recommend the new season of Drag Race or the Celebrity thing? I actually would probably recommend the Celebrity thing. I think the Celebrity thing is much more entertaining than this season. And so it goes to say a lot because I'm liking the end of this season, but the whole season as a whole for season 13, the Celebrity thing was better. Is better entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so moving aside to
we're now
the reveal of All Stars 5. So the All Stars 5 was officially revealed. Where'd Mel go?
I don't know. I sent her a message. She hasn't answered me back. So something must have happened.
Lord. Anyway, Celebrity All Stars. All Stars is always filmed.
Hey guys, my internet is acting weird.
Your what? Oh, your internet.
Oh, okay.
All Stars is always filmed. This is just a little behind the scenes for you. All Stars is always filmed prior to the new season. So the information coming out of All Stars is even older than the new season. We're in season 13 right now. So this All Stars is getting ready to air. It was filmed before 13. And they stay. A lot of these All Stars that they invite on the show, they kind of stay and they're like doing stuff. That's why you see some of these other ones in the other one. But anyway, we knew the cast 6-8 months ago. What's up? And like I said before, I try and stay away from spoilers from RuPaul because you can find out everything.
Yeah, we try and stay away from
spoilers. You can go on right now. You can find out how All Stars went. Exactly what's going to go down. What the competition.
Yeah. You can go get a play-by-play of each episode.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely, it's out there. I don't. But I did see some of them.
Yeah, but that takes fun out of it.
Yeah, I did see some of them that were going to be on this season. I didn't search for it. I didn't look for the rest. So the reveal was pretty much new for me this year, and it's a great cast. This has the potential to be one of the best All Stars yet because of this cast. I think All Stars 3 was really good with that cast, but this cast is stellar. Number one, because I'm biased, we'll get it right off the bat. Jujubee is my favorite queen of all the seasons. Jujubee is from season 3 and All Stars 1. Was the one that was paired with Raven in All Stars 1. She's a little Asian girl that does the impressions of her mother, and she's really, really great on her feet. She's real funny. To see her back and to see her competing for herself and not win Raven's Shadow, because both seasons Jujubee was in Raven's Shadow, and Raven should have taken the prize either time. Raven could have won season 3. No, 2. Season 2. Raven could have won season 2, but didn't because Tyra won, and there's controversy about that. or Raven could have actually taken All Stars 1, but that was really set for Chad Michaels to win. So Raven was always always the bridesmaid, never the bride, but was deserving of the win each time. Unfortunately, that put Jujubee in third each time. Jujubee was always in Raven's shadow and underneath the ultimate winner. And to see Jujubee finally be able to compete without Raven there, on her own, without this shadow, and all of these years later, because remember, she comes from season 2 and season 1 of All Stars, many, many years ago now. I'm interested to see where she's at. I'm interested to see what she's got to bring. And I'm rooting for her all the way. I don't know how these girls place. I don't know how it goes down. I'm just my juju is there, and I'm happy. You'll see me just absolutely cheerleading this all season. Then another fan favorite that is going to be on is Angina, and Angina is from season 1. Angina is the first person to come out HIV positive on RuPaul's Drag Race, and pretty much on a big platform other than Pedro in the real world on MTV. Angina's coming out HIV positive was presented extremely emotional on the episode when she did it, because the challenge was a activism challenge where they get out and vote kind of thing, for the veterans or somebody. I don't remember. And no, it wasn't for veterans. It was just a get out and vote message. And maybe it was for veterans. I have to look. Anyway, they had to do like an infomercial for activism, and she won that challenge. And when she won that challenge, she broke down because she realized what that challenge meant for her personally, being an HIV positive person, and the message that she was trying to portray in that thing. And it all came naturally. It was all spontaneous on the moment on the runway, and she broke down to the floor, sobbing about it, because you just see physically this entire rush come out of her body, just amazing transformation. It's lifting the bricks off of her shoulders, and so it's very famous. It's one very famous scene in RuPaul. And since then, Angina has been requested and almost cast in every All-Star since, and has never made the cut or could do the show for one reason or another. Here we are, All-Stars 5, and I'm finally walking through the door. And people will be rooting for her big time. They have been wanting to be on All-Stars. She's been highly requested. So it's good to see her. I think
fan favorite.
Careful, I think careful what you wish for, because Angina for season 1 quality was amazing, and she's a great personality. Her drag aesthetic is so simplified compared to everybody else. So I don't know. We'll see what she brings. She's going to be a fan favorite. She's going to be highly loved. But it's great to finally see her.
We're going to see a lot of those winning edits.
Exactly. Stop requesting Angina. And then we've got, let's see. Okay. I'll go through and I'll do the really, really high potential. Well, we got the next up we got is Shea Coulee. This is not in any particular order. These are just the orders that I'm pulling it from. Shea Coulee is, I think, personally, after seeing this reveal, the highest potential to win this. There's 2 that I think that could actually take this. And it's just because of their charisma, who they are, and how close they came to the crown. And this is even above Jujubee for me. I think that these 2 girls have the winners edited already, per se. And Shea Coulee, she came from Sasha Velour's season, and if y'all remember when Sasha Velour won her lip sync battle at the end of the finale of her season, she lifted her wig, and Sasha Velour is a bald drag queen. She's always been a bald drag queen because her mother died of cancer, or survived cancer, and she shaved her head for respect for her mother. And so she's a bald drag queen, but she wore a wig in the finale, and it's interesting to see Sasha in a wig. And then they were doing Whitney Houston, and she lifted that wig up, and rose petals just fell to her face, lifting that wig up. And she did it in anger and just frustration and just passion. That won Sasha. She won the crown right there. And poor Shay's there, just doing her thing, just could not compete with that. And so I think Shay was inches away from taking that season. And that one real solid move by Sasha Velour just made her an icon in the whole thing. It was really smart of Sasha. If you've not seen that season, seen Sasha Velour, not seen that performance, I tell you now, pause this, go watch that performance. It is amazing. It's one of the best lip syncs in Drag Race history.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Go watch it. Sasha Velour. You got to put in there. Sasha finale, you'll see the rose. Okay, so another one that I think can win this and it's because she got in her own way in her own season. But I think she has it. She has the it factor. And postseason, she's been a she's been a love child of Worlds of Wonder and of VH1. She's been doing like Shangela and Alaska, all the promos and interviews and all that stuff. And that's Miss Cracker. Miss Cracker comes from New York. She's another New York-based queen. She was in the one of the most recent seasons with Aquaria, and her and Aquaria were actually kind of rivals. So Miss Cracker actually got in her own way because Aquaria was doing so well in the competition, it was beating Miss Cracker down. Miss Cracker was like knew she was competing with Aquaria, and Aquaria was doing better than her, and Miss Cracker got in her own way. So now with Aquaria out of the picture and her confidence boosted so much with VH1 and WoW and everybody supporting her so much. She's kind of become the new face child of Worlds of Wonder. I think Cracker has very very high potential to do well and maybe win this as well. She's fun. She is the drag daughter of Bob the Drag Queen. Mr. Cracker is, and she will. I think she's going to be the one to watch as far as coming in and commanding the room. I think Cracker's bullshit will be behind her. I think she realizes the mistakes that she made. I think that with Aquaria not in the room, I think Cracker's going to come in and own the room. She's going to command it when she comes in. So she'll be one to watch. Then we got some old school folks in the mix. We have Alexis Mateo. And Alexis Mateo is another All Stars repeat. She is from season 2 and All Stars. Oh, yes, she's just from season 3. Raja's season that she won. Yes, season 3. No, she can't be season. I have to look that up.
He's confusing himself.
Season 2, hands down. Alexis
Alexis
Mateo is season 2, and she also did All Stars 1, and did poorly in All Stars 1. Well, kind of midway in All Stars 1. She's Puerto Rican. I tell you, the only reason it's sad because Alexis Mateo used to be like really high up there as far as like one of the Puerto Rican girls who had phenomenal. She came from the pageant scene. She was a phenomenal pageant winner. She was really really big in the Florida community, huge queen in the Florida community. And then Vanjie happened. Vanjie is Alexis Mateo's drag daughter. Vanjie has just taken away all of Alexis Mateo's steam, and everything about the House of Mateo is all about Vanjie now. And I think Alexis is back on All Stars to kind of reclaim a little bit of that, or to remind everybody, hey, Vanjie wouldn't be here without Alexis, and Alexis was a freaking icon. I don't know. It's, to me, and I could be so wrong because of the whole Vanjie thing. To me, it seems like Alexis has lost some of her steam. She's just when they're interviewing her, that spark behind her eyes is kind of gone that she used to have. Alexis used to be hungry for it. She used to be really, really. She was the businesswoman. She wanted the success. She had the language barrier. She had all these obstacles in front of her, but she made this huge house and this huge fashion troupe, and she was number one on the pageant circuit for a long time. And then you stopped hearing about her, and then Vanjie comes on the circuit, and then you really lost Alexis. She was just gone in the shadow of her own drag daughter. So see what she does. She's back on. Take some of that. Then we have another one from back in the day that is on for this similar type of on to reclaim themselves because of somebody else, and that is India Farah. India Farah has, in my opinion, I'm sorry, I'm sure she's nice, she seems lovely. India Farah's got no business being on All Stars. She does not have the level of talent that a lot of these girls have to be on All Stars. So her caliber of drag is just not there. She's an early out on her season, but she's famous in the RuPaul Drag Race community because in her elimination, the lip sync that she was up against Mimi on First, and Mimi on First lifted her off the ground and held her over her head in the lip sync battle, and India Farah freaked out, and she starts screaming and wailing, "Get off me! Put me down!" Da, da, da. And they almost had to stop production, and RuPaul was disgusted after the whole thing and said this is not a contact sport. And of course, Mimi on First went home, and India Farah was crushed and broken after that. And it was this whole thing, and that's what India is famous for being the girl that was assaulted in right. Lip sync. That's all she's known for. I think she's back to reclaim herself. Back to take that away.
She's got a story.
Yeah, I don't think she'll be able to reclaim that. That's what she's known for in the community. India needed to go out and do something completely outside of RuPaul's Drag Race, to do something special, to let people stop forgetting about this, to come back in that workroom on that main stage where that incident happened, you better believe the VH1's going to play that clip a million times. You know,
Of
and
course they are.
they're going to play that clip. You know, they probably played it on the reveal. I don't even remember. I've seen it, you know, a million times. But I guarantee you, we'll see it at least 2 or 3 times before this season's over with. Vanjie, we'll see Vanjie a half 100 times too before the season's over with because of Alexis being here. So that's that. And then we have another one who I think has got no business being in this cast whatsoever, but is fun and always makes good TV because she's so controversial in her own mind, and she's so controversial with other girls just because she's not weird, but she's like a round peg trying, square peg, round hole, thing.
Yeah.
Next, but she doesn't, and it's always this weird, and she almost is like has animosity that she doesn't connect, so she's a little brash, but she wants to be part of the party. It's weird. Fun is Derek Barry, and Derek Barry is from Vegas, and Derek Barry is famous, and she is the #1 Britney Spears impersonator in the world. She makes a shit ton of money doing Britney Spears. Britney Spears has even honored her doing Britney Spears, and she's a better Britney than Britney is now. You know,
Especially now.
that is Derek's career, and that is Derek's whole spiel. And Derek as Britney Spears is an A+, top-rate 5-star entertainer. Derek Barry as a club drag queen is a failure because he can't break through that door. He can't distinguish. There's something about him that just cannot make that connection. And to see him on the show with a bunch of drag queens that's just looking at him like, you're just an impersonator, you're not a drag queen, because there is that stigma in the community. It's weird. Derek is so offended by it. He gets so roughed up about it. And
So he's basically trying to break away from that.
Well, that's what he says when he walks through the workroom. We see on the reveals, I'm here. I'm proving everybody I'm better than Britney. That I'm more than Britney Spears impersonator, dressed like fucking Britney Spears. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I saw that. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
God, so it's gonna be fun. My early bets is Derek goes home quick. All Stars will eat Derek alive. Because a lot of these challenges, you really got to be spontaneous and on your feet. Remember, Derek is professionally dressed.
I still
Derek
think some of them are on the show just for ratings alone.
Yeah, I mean, Derek has a whole team around him. When he does his thing to do drag on his own, he can't sew, he can't clip, he can't do his own makeup. It's a mess. But it'll be fun to see for however long. Then we have a couple that are just, okay, that's cool. They've been asked for on All Stars, and one of them I absolutely love, but I think they're going to be about middle of the road. They're not going to do anything special. They're not going to do anything controversial either. And that's, first off, is Mariah. Mariah is from one of the early seasons as well, season 3, I believe. Give me if I'm wrong. So, Latin queen who is fierce. I mean, this queen can just paint a mug to death. I mean, she absolutely, she's one of those first queens in the early days where when she walked in the workroom or she was doing her costumes or she was doing her stuff, because remember the early days weren't as professionally put together as they are now. You didn't have professional costume makers.
Yeah.
They're all making their own shit.
No.
Mariah was one of those ones that
It wasn't as much of a production.
Yeah, but Mariah was there in that kind of production level during her days, and she was like, this girl was a perfectionist to the T. Performance wise, nothing to write home about, But people love her look and they love her style that they have been asking for her to come on, on the show. She's gets along really well with everybody. She's really helpful in the workroom. Like I said, there's nothing controversial about her. There's nothing that, oh my God, that's Mariah, stand out about her either. She doesn't have one of those moments, but she doesn't have any bad moments either. So
No.
And then the last one, who I love, just for personal reasons, for her is Mayhem Miller. She's best friends. Well, Mayhem's an interesting story because Mayhem, there's a circuit of LA queens out here that are all like a really close family, and they are, it's Detox was part of that, and there's a whole bunch of them, and her best friend, which is, why is her name escaping me? Oh my God!
This is what happens when there's 13 seasons of RuPaul.
They were on Meet the Queens. If you ever seen Meet the Queens with Johnny McGovern, it's a show that is based out of LA, in small studio in LA. And basically what Johnny does is he brings in, different queens from RuPaul's Drag Race, from the community, from, well-known draggers like the Boulay Brothers or RuPaul or Michelle Visage. He brings in Lady Bunny. People like that. And it's just like a talk show, sit-down interview talk show. Mayhem was on there with Oh my god. Hold on, I'll find. They were on. They're on together, and they were telling a story about how they got done out of the club one night, and the one girl shit herself in the car, and this whole story that played. I'll send you a link of the video, but I've never laughed so hard in my life. That video,
Oh my God.
I crack
I
every time
can't
I
imagine why.
myself dying over this interview, and that made me love Mayhem so much. But Mayhem's interesting because of all those queens, all of them had been on RuPaul's. From like season 2 on, they'd all been sporadically cast throughout the season, and Mayhem was the last one of their little clique that either hadn't been cast on RuPaul or wasn't part of the big Hey Queen Johnny McGovern production, and so Mayhem was just always kind of like the sidekick, for this. She finally got a chance on season 10. She got cast there, and she got to show her stuff, and she did, again, just like Mariah. She did fine. Nothing was controversial about her. Nothing was like over the top of her. There was nothing standing out. She didn't command a room. She didn't offend a room. She just was who she was. So I think both of them have the potential to be kind of the same, just kind of right down the middle, and we'll see where they fall. Like I said, the ones to watch this season, even though I love Jujubee so much, is going to be Miss Cracker and Shea Coulee. Those are the ones to watch. Absolutely.
Calling it already, huh?
Well, I think in a lot of ways they want to see how much behind the scenes stuff they're going to be able to get in the workroom between them all, as far as
that's what they do on All Stars.
the fight. But that's normal.
They like to throw all the rules up in the air and see what falls and make them up as they go along. But because All Stars, it's not about the win. It's not about the competition. All Stars, these are fan favorites that have been brought back to do another show for the fans. It's another production, so that there could be drama and tea and people talking about it. And oh my God, did you get that moment? And oh my God, this controversy. All of these girls are already successful. They already have paved their way. There's nothing that win or lose about this mess. It's unfortunate that what happened to Trixie went down the way it did, because I think had Ben not quit or Shangela not been eliminated, one of those two kind of things, I think if Trixie would have taken the win that way, nobody would even be thinking about it. But the fans got so riled up about it, and I don't think to anybody else it really meant anything. I know Ben probably didn't give a shit. I know that Shangela probably didn't give a shit. Shangela went on to being a Star is Born. After that, it's like, what the hell do they care that she got the crown on All Stars 3? But Trixie, from what I hear, got death threats and had booking problems.
That's just horrible.
It was vicious and unnecessarily so. I think for that season that they should have just called it a draw and just not done a winner or something special because Ben quit or whatever, because Ben had that season in the bag. But again, the fans, that was the fan, just anger and just the whole cattiness about the RuPaul's drag community is catty as fuck. They are absolutely just at each other's throats. If you get into those Reddit rooms and those forums, it's evil. And the queens have got to go out and say to my fans, stop doing this, stop doing that. Like when the whole Valentina thing went down. Valentina's a little bitch. She was a little bitch on her season, but then her fan base is so rabid and so young, and so that anybody that attacking Valentina, the fan base went after these people in real life. There was people hunting people's homes down from like forums and shit from Valentina. Valentina had to go on and make a big, huge public thing about her fans and apologizing for her fans and have the fans stop. It's all bullshit. It's all just absolutely crazy stuff. So, like I said, for All Stars, it's about the drama. It's about what the unexpected. Who's going to do something crazy. It's about the big, huge video production at the end that RuPaul can sell on iTunes. That's what All Stars is about, and it's always fun.
I'm looking forward to it though, because I find it very entertaining.
It is a great, great, great cast. Because not only are, like I said, Morgan McMichaels. God damn, that was her name. That's her friend's name. So look up Hey Queen, Mayhem Miller, and Morgan McMichaels on Hey Queen. You'll see the interview that I'm talking about. You will die. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Maybe that's just me and my stupid humor, but every time it's because you could see these two, and I've been in situations like this, like with my friend Eric or whatever, that we just cut up back and forth, this kind of banter, and you could see these two in the car that night going through this thing, and one shitting themselves, and the stank in the car, and them just, oh God, it's hilarious. You gotta watch it. really funny. Um, that
But
note,
yeah, that is our show. That's the entire cast for
yes, that's
All
all.
Stars. Correct?
That's all of them.
I believe it will be 7 episodes. I think it runs 6, 7 episodes.
7 or 8, I think.
What All Stars runs? It will
Really?
start.
Yeah.
Now, it starts in June or July. June, right? Right after.
It starts. Yeah, it starts in June. It starts June 5th, I think.
Okay, so if we're looking at the calendar, and we have a Friday show the 15th, a Friday show the 26th. See, the finale would have been the 29th. June 5th is All Stars. So we're gonna have whatever they're gonna announce for May 29th, which would have been the finale, and then
Right.
also start the week right after June 5th. Because we got 2 more episodes of this season. We have the final episode, then we have the
Reunion.
review. Then the 29th there will be whatever VH1 announces there'll be, and then the 5th will start All Stars, and that will run through probably mid-July, maybe even in July. However many episodes there's going to be. Let me see what they were.
As far as I know, there's supposed to be at least 7. There might be 8.
Is it that one? I know the first season of All Stars was so short. Oh my god, that first season! If you've not seen All Stars season 1, talk about an experience. They did teams, and it was quick, and it was over before you thought about it, and it was like, what the hell did I just watch? It was bizarre, but still great moments out of All Stars 1. Let's see what TV seasons All Stars 4 ran. Holy shit! All Stars 4 ran 10 episodes, so expect All Stars 5 to run at least 10 episodes. Wow! So you guys for 10 more weeks. 10 more weeks covering RuPaul on Saturdays.
Yep. Should be
That's
fun.
gonna go through July. So that will be, that'll go to August. So June 5th, 4 weeks, 8, 5. They're going to the beginning of August. Wow.
Huh.
Well, there we are.
All right then.
Okay. Keep us busy. Because, by the time August rolls around, we're going to be in the second wave. It's going to be hell on earth. So enjoy RuPaul. I don't even know.
Yep. All right, everybody. So that is our show for today.
Wand of the day, because it's drag queens. I had to find a queen, one of our queens. This wand, very unique. Who does it look like? Yeah. Who's kind of similar to this? Where'd it go?
I think Sirius.
No. This is Hermione's wand from the play, from Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. This is the redesigned wand for the show. And a lot of interesting tidbits about it. It's got the exact same vine work. The exact same vine work as her wand in the movie.
Oh, so you can see it now. You couldn't see that before. Yeah.
Same wand work, but the wand is shaped differently. Is a little bit different because
It's
J.K.
darker.
Rowling always envisioned these wands, and I will show my wand, my official Harry Potter wand, on the in the celebration show. J.K. Rowling always envisioned these to be much more stick-like, much more branch-like. So anytime she's had anybody illustrate them, they've always been really almost just a bark from a tree with some etchings or carved out a little bit. And so when they did First Child, the play, J.K. Rowling wanted them to go back. Everything on the play, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, is a sequel to the books. It is not a sequel to the movies. However, it has some movie-esque elements in it, but it's really meant to be you're a reader of the books, then you go see the play, you're finishing up that story with play, because there's a lot of book elements that are in there that are not necessarily movie elements. And on an interesting note about Hermione, in the play, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Hermione is played by an African American, always. And if you read the books, Hermione has never been colored. She's never been distinguished at all. If you read her description, she could be African American by her description. And J.K. Rowling, when they decided to do that for casting, J.K. Rowling said that there was a possibility that was always in her mind. And she never wanted to define Hermione in any way. She wanted every girl to be able to see themselves in Hermione. And so we have Emma Watson doing Hermione in the show. Then we have this different African American women doing Hermione in the play. There was a lot of controversy when it was cast until they you go and you look at the history, you go and read Hermione's introduction, you go and read the books. There's never an indication of her color. There's never and then you read the description of her, it fits either. And then you read J.K. Rowling's want of that spirit of that character, and you're like, wow, it was all about having a little girl to have an icon to look up to, and now, it's great. It was really cool. But this is Hermione Granger's from Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Nice.
I like it.
Yes.
This is great. Hermione's in the movie. I don't like holding her wand. It's very uncomfortable to hold. This one, very comfortable. These play wands are really neat. A lot of them are. I like
because they have to actually hold them for a long period of time.
Yep. And I don't know how they handle them. I'm sure they handle them very similar to how they handled them in the movies. But in the movies, it's funny because these things are locked down in the movies when they're filming them, harder than just about anything that's under security for those damn things. I mean, they have them all on this tray thing, and there's so many famous pictures out there. They've all got tags on them. The day of filming, who the character belongs to, and a PA, a production assistant, goes out, checks out everybody's wand at the beginning of the day. You finish filming, you got to check your wand back in. And if there's a wand missing at the end of a shooting day, the entire freaking complex shuts down. And everybody goes on this massive search for these damn wands. Same thing with like Star Wars lightsabers, because
really
go out on eBay and stuff for non-licensed product, official movie licensed things. Can you imagine what a film used Harry Potter wand is going for right now?
I don't want to. I don't want to imagine.
Exactly, and there's many of them, so they can easily get lost. And there's rubber ones, there's metal ones, there's depending on what they're doing and what they're filming. So you could have a collection of these things and make a fortune off of them. Lightsabers, God, I can imagine the cost of those lightsabers that people have. But yeah, it's like high security of just about any prop. And Matthew Lewis, who plays Neville Longbottom, during the filming of, I believe, Goblet of Fire. Potterhead will tell me if I'm wrong. He lost one time, and he tells the story. There's interviews where he tells the story about how they locked everything. He felt like a criminal when he lost his wand.
Oops.
But yeah, it's high value. That's why they changed them to be character specific from the first movie, because in the first movie they just hand out a stick to everybody. Here, there's one. And after the third film, when they started changing them to character specific, they became collector's items. They became, after the fourth movie, they started to be making as prop replicas, and we as fans could buy them. So they're still filming all the later movies. You could make a fucking fortune having a Harry Potter wand or a Lord Voldemort wand,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So that is the end of our stream for today. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and hanging out with us. We really appreciate it.
Yay!
And
Tomorrow we will be doing Freak Show. And during Freak Show, we have decided, if you didn't hear our broadcast yesterday or on Wednesday, whenever we did announcement show, we were doing Freak Show. And we got to talk afterwards. We're doing Freak Show as a character-based study and a connections. Meaning, what that means is we're going to talk about specific characters on each of our episodes. We're starting tomorrow. We're going to be starting with Bet and Dot and
Elsa Mars.
And through those characters, we're going to tell their stories and how they interacted with other people. And also, when we're talking about one of these performers or somebody that had a significance in history, as in a performer or like the Siamese twins or something like that,
we're going to tell their real life stories along with it
and show you some of that information. So it should be fun. Different take, different look at Freak
Show. Yeah.
Yep.
Get to know the Freak Show.
Yeah. So everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will be back tomorrow.
And
bye, guys.
Rock.